Welcome back to the Discover Virginia Beach podcast, where we set out to discover, define, and do exactly what it is you're looking for in your next vacation or just vibing here in the Virginia Beach area. And behind me, I have Captain Andy in a really cool piece of history. You're not going to want to miss this episode. Check it out. Andy, welcome to the Discover Virginia Beach podcast.
Thanks for having me.
How is it that you came to the Hampton Roads area? Could you tell us a little bit about what brought you here and, of course, what got you to stick around?
Yeah, well, I was a young kid in upstate New York. It was February, and the family I was staying with at the time, they looked at me and said, the Tom and Lori Vogel, they said, "What are you going to do with your life?" And I said, "I have no idea." They said, "Well, your godfather was in the Navy. You ought to go talk to him." And my godfather was like, "You're going in the Navy." And that was February of 1988. And by May of 1988, I was in Great Lakes, Illinois at boot camp. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So, flash forward, you are now stationed in the Norfolk area, right? Actually, just a few miles from where we're sitting right now,
yeah,
correct?
That way, up the
This
river.
way.
Yeah, that way. Yeah, I joined the Navy in 1988. My first ship was actually in the shipyard, but I was stationed at the naval base. But yeah, the shipyard, which is down this way. I came across that bridge as a 19-year-old kid and was freaked out. I was like, "There's my ship." And now my business, so many years later, owning the Freedom Boat Club, is right across the water there. And we get to see where I started my naval career, which is kind of cool.
Wow. What exactly involves a Navy career? I understand you got up to the rank of senior
chief, senior chef.
What does that look like?
It's a lot of hard work and dedication. It's like that college degree, right? You go to work or you go to school for 4 years to get a piece of paper, and that tells your employer that you're good at showing up on time and going to class and getting decent grades. And that's what it was in the Navy. I went to war, went to Iraq 5 different times, 2 trips for war. Had my kids here. They were actually born in the Naval Hospital, right there, the 4th floor of the Naval Hospital. It's so cool, yeah. So I have a lot of roots here, and just, time, right? Spent 26 years doing the bidding of the American Constitution, right?
Sure.
And here we are now. I got to retire in 2014. I went to work for a great company in Norfolk, heating and air conditioning company, some friends of mine, and then I had the opportunity to buy the Freedom Boat Club franchise, and we bought it in 2018, and now we overlook where I started my Navy career, so it's super cool.
I mean, coming full circle from not only where you started and introduced to the Hampton Roads, Norfolk area. By the way, how do you say it? You've been here since the 80s. Is it Norfolk? Is it Norfolk? Is it Norfolk?
All of it. I think when I joined the Navy, my Aunt Jill, she said, "So you're going to Norfolk, Virginia?" And I'm like, "Yep, Norfolk. That's what it is."
Yeah.
If you walk up the steps in the Norva in Norfolk, it says, and they actually how it's pronounced. It's Norfolk. Now I can't even say it. It's easier to say Virginia Beach.
It's way easier to say Virginia Beach. But one of the beautiful things about Virginia Beach is it is next door to Norfolk, and I am a tried and true principal man myself. Love thy neighbor. I mean, just the fact that we have so many wonderful things happening in Virginia Beach and also in Norfolk, it just makes sense for us to be able to highlight cool and amazing businesses like yours. Can you tell us a little bit more about the underlying start to the Freedom Boat Club? What kind of led you into this journey? I mean, after almost 20 years in the Navy, weren't you sick of being on a boat?
Yeah, it really, for me, it's more about learning how to run a business, right?
Sure.
I worked at my buddy Justin, his Air Specialty Heating and Air Conditioning. Give a shout out to you guys.
Justin?
Yeah, Justin. Yeah.
Shout out to Justin.
Great business, great people. I had the opportunity to own my own business, and I took that opportunity. Freedom Boat Club is the world's oldest and largest boat club. We're corporately owned by the Brunswick Corporation, but the values of the business meet my values as well.
Sure. What are some of those values?
Just clean boats, don't advertise, do what you say you're going to do. Navy core values are honor, courage, and commitment,
sure.
and integrity above all else. And I have a lot of integrity, and the members that are a member of the club that know me personally know that we have clean boats and we do what we say we're going to do. And so that's having a business and being able to offer that to our clients means a lot to me. I've been here since 1988. You can't swing a dead cat around here without someone knowing who Andy Sutter is.
Sure.
So I have a reputation, and it takes, there's a Navy term that says there's one aw shit that kill 1,000 attaboys. I try not to have any aw shits.
Ain't that the truth? I mean, just being, true to your principles and true to yourself and kind of what molded you into the person you are now. I mean, that has not only, seeped into your personal life, but also into your business connections as well. Would you mind sharing us a little bit more about how the community has influenced you in the way in which you conduct your business?
Yeah, so part of one of Freedom's philosophies is 4 times a year we are required to give back to our community, brothers and sisters, Boy Scouts, Girls Club, stuff like that. So I've had different nonprofit organizations reach out to me, and what we'll do is we'll take the kids out for a quick little spin on the water.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it's, you're giving back to the community, to the people that they may never be able to afford a Freedom Boat Club. But I said this earlier, what did you get for Christmas 2 years ago? You don't remember.
I don't remember.
Right? But you do remember the first time that you got to experience something that stuck in your brain, like you were out with your grandfather, your parents on a boat ride. Think of those young kids or teenagers that get to go out on a boat for the first time, or the young kids that we hire. We hire 16, 17-year-old kids to come to the boat club, and they have to take this boat and drive it to the fuel dock and get fuel and bring it back and not damage it. You're sitting on a $55,000 pontoon boat. Some of my boats are over $100,000.
It's a lot of faith in the next generation.
Right? So we're empowering young people to do things that are out of their comfort zone. It does keep me up at night too. But
I love that. And I know you had mentioned this before, thinking back to that earlier memory of, what kind of shifted your view of maybe a certain type of experience or memory that you have with a loved one. A lot of our listeners are in what I would kind of classify you as in a second career, a second life. I mean, you did all this time in the Navy, you worked your way up, and then you started from scratch. A lot of these people that are listening and our viewers here, they're talking to me either about thinking about relocating, or they're planning their next vacation and they've never been to the Virginia Beach area. Holding on to those memories are, tried and true acts, I believe, of faithfulness towards how we honor those before us.
Yeah, agreed.
And this area does a great job of honoring those before us. Would you mind talking about your community involvement with the different organizations that you're a part of, as well as the roles and responsibilities that you all see as far as preserving the legacy onto the next generation?
Yeah, I'm in the Ocean View Business Association. I'm also the vice president of the Old Town Business Association. I feel that I have a lot of leadership from the Navy, and I feel that if you're going to be involved in community projects, it needs to be boots on the ground locally.
Sure.
It's hard for us to have a voice in Washington. Yeah, we have, representatives that are representing us in Congress, but my feeling that I give most back to my community is by being the vice president of the Old Town Business Association and representing the 95 businesses that we have in there, and going to talk to the mayor or city council about things that affect us and our businesses, because let's face it, without small business, we're not going to survive, right? There's only so many Amazons, and there's only so many Googles, and there's only so many of these big companies. I forget the statistic. I'm going to make it up. So, what I think they said, 80% of statistics are made up 60% on the spot.
86%.
Like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds accurate. Yeah.
But it's like 80% of businesses are small businesses.
Sure.
When you buy from me, right, then I go and buy things for my children or things of that nature. And so I really like to support small businesses, and I like to get involved, boots on the ground in the local community.
I love that, and just that a statement and a testament to this conversation here, being a small business owner myself, as a local realtor, that's my focus is not to just sell real estate, but it's to help really be people's tour guides, and it is a small business, and I appreciate the opportunity to chat with you.
Yeah, creating long-lasting memories and relationships is what I feel. As I get older, my son will probably watch the podcast and go, you're a sap, Dad. But they know, both of my kids, Zach and Josh, know that the older that I get, I am more, I've become softer as I've aged, and I really want to help other people get where they're going. And, we have a relationship business, and it's one of the better things about Freedom Boat Club is, they give you a franchise and they tell you that here's the directions of the model, and they say, go make it work. And, I like to do stuff like this and get back to the community.
Yeah,
and make it work.
It's incredible, and Andy, I really appreciate your time. Before we go, because this is a special episode, we're actually going to be doing a full boat tour featured Captain Andy. So stay tuned for that. But before we go, a few rapid fire questions.
Sure,
for you, Andy.
I'm ready.
All right. So the first
ESPN hot seat. Let's do it.
What is your favorite type of boat to ride on, and why?
It's my buddy Troy's boat because I don't own it. He pays for the gas, and I don't have to do any maintenance.
Love it.
It's somebody else's boat.
Great answer. Isn't that the saying, the happiest day in a man's life when he buys a boat or sells a boat? And that's the great thing about Freedom Boat Club.
Yes.
You get the best of both by just renting, right? And then all the maintenance is covered. All right.
Yes.
Second question.
Yes.
When it comes to a late night dinner date, maybe with or without the kids, here in the Hampton Roads area, what is your top couple of recommendations you encourage folks to go and check out?
Yeah, I like Captain Chuckamuck's.
Okay.
In the Pagan River. It's awesome. You can get there by boat or you can get there by car. Super cool place. I also love Bubba's and Dockside in Virginia Beach. Yes. Great places to go by boat. Very, very good locations. And then Surf Rider up in Hampton.
Absolutely.
Would be good. I also like Dead Rise up in Hampton, but there are a lot of restaurants. Here's a new one. Time on the River in Portsmouth. Right down at the landing. They just opened up.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's good restaurants to check out, and you can get to all of them by a Freedom Boat Club membership.
Hey, there you go. That's the best thing. You don't have to worry about parking. I mean, one of the most stressful things for me in going to Norfolk is finding parking. So that's definitely a trade-off that I'm willing to consider, is just being able to just park your boat.
Yep.
All right, last question for you, Andy. You've made a couple of comments about boats sinking or possibly sinking before. Have you ever sunk a boat?
Have I ever sunk a boat? No, I have not. I've beached a boat and then got the boat stuck. So I haven't sunk a boat.
We're gonna have to hear more about that later on.
Yeah.
Andy, but well, wonderful, Andy. Before we go and wrap up this conversation, I want to roll out the red carpet for you and Freedom Boat Club. Is there anything special going on within your group, within your business or organization that you want to highlight? The floor is yours.
Yeah, we just opened a location at the Deep Creek Landing Marina in Newport News. It's a great family-owned and operated marina. The Abbotts own it and operate it. Our new location's going in there. We'll have 4 boats, and it's November, so Christmas, Black Friday special deals are coming out now. It is the best time to join the boat club because you can join at a discount. Start paying your dues and get your training done. Look, it's freaking 70 degrees. Actually, I'm getting warm now.
It's a little warm.
It's a little warm. It's November 3rd. It's getting warm.
For those of you listening to the audio track right now, definitely stay tuned. Check out the live video that we're going to be featuring. Andy does a phenomenal job giving me a personal tour, as well as yourself a personal tour of the Norfolk Harbor area, and starting out with the Freedom Boat Club based out of Portsmouth. So stay tuned for that. Andy, it's been a great conversation.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.